Hi friends, welcome back to my session. In this session, we are going to understand the difference between the virtualization and the cloud. So, as we know, the virtualization is a technology, and we have two types of data centers, means two types of server deployments are there. First one is on premises. If I want to deploy my infrastructure on premises, that will be on premises data center. And if I want to deploy my servers on the cloud is nothing but the remote servers that has been provided by the cloud service provider. Okay, we have the two types. One is on premises and the second one is cloud. First of all, we just need to discuss about the on premises. If I want to deploy my servers on the on premises, I need to take one space. In that space, we have the hex racks. On that hex racks, we are going to place our physical servers. Okay, on physical servers, on top of the physical server, I need to deploy the virtualization software, means hypervisor. For example, if I take the VMware, I am going to install the ESXi hypervisor as a virtualization layer on top of the physical server. Okay, on top of the ESXi host, I am going to create the virtual machines, is nothing but the servers. On top of the servers, I'm going to run my required services. Whatever the services which I want to run on top of the servers, I'm going to run on top of the servers. Okay. Here in this, the entire space will be called as a data center. In that data center, I need to deploy the hardware that will be called as a physical servers. On top of the physical server, I need to deploy the operating system. Here, instead of deploying operating system, what I will do, I am deploying the virtualization, means ESXi server. Okay, on top of the ESXi, I am going to create the servers. If any issue is there, I need to deploy the employees or the IT persons to take care about this data center. I need to manage the apps. Everything, the licensing part, the physical hardware, the data center, everything is my responsibility. I need to manage the entire things. But if you take the cloud, the data center has been located somewhere. The responsibility about the hardware, means the hardware failure, the hardware issue, everything will be taken by the cloud service provider only. And the cloud service provider only provides the operating system to you. Whatever the operating system which is required to run your services, that may be Windows server, that may be Linux server, those operating system will be provided by the cloud service provider, but they will charge for that. Here in on-premises, we need to procure the licenses for the operating system, but in cloud, we can get the operating system from the cloud service provider. We need to pay the amount to the cloud service provider only. The cloud service provider will pay the amount to the concerned service provider for the licensing part, but we can't directly pay to the vendor. The cloud service provider will take about the responsibilities, and the support has been provided by the CSP only, means cloud service provider only. If we have any issue with our infrastructure, we will get a support from the concerned service provider. Who is the cloud service provider? That may be Azure, that may be AWS, that may be GCP, Oracle. There are different cloud service providers are there in the market. Based on my requirement, based on my usage, I am going to choose one of the cloud service provider as per my requirement. Okay, but here in the cloud, what the thing I need to manage? Only apps. Whatever the application I am going to run in the cloud environment, I will be responsible to manage my apps only. The rest of whole thing will be provided by the cloud service provider only. Okay, and just please have a look on the virtualization companies. Suppose VMware. If you take the VMware, the hypervisor will be called as a ESXi. And we have the cloud technology as well, vCloud. And the VMware ESXi for the enterprise solution, and the VMware player is for the non-commercial use for home purpose only. If I want to do lab on my laptop and that has a non-commercial use, that is only purely for the lab purpose, I am going to use the VMware player for creating the virtualization that will be installed on top of the operating system. But coming to ESXi, that will be installed on top of the bare metal. You know, na? Bare metal is nothing but the physical server with no operating system. And if you take the Oracle, the hypervisor will be called as a OBM or OLVM. And we have the non-commercial usage Oracle VirtualBox. I think majority of you guys have heard about the Oracle VirtualBox, which will be served for the same purpose to create the virtual machines which will be installed on top of the operating system. And Oracle has also the cloud technology that will be called as OCI, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. If you take, I think the Microsoft, so many have you heard about this Microsoft? The Microsoft has been used the hypervisor called the Hyper-V. The hypervisor will be called as Hyper-V, and the cloud technology name is Azure. And Citrix Xen Server. The cloud service name is Citrix Cloud Services. Red Hat, the hypervisor name will be called as a KVM, and the cloud technology is Red Hat Cloud Suite. Suppose if you take Amazon, the hypervisor will be called as a Xen. By doing some customized modification to the Xen server, the AWS will be used as a hypervisor. In Google, they are using the KVM. By doing some customization to the KVMs, by providing extra layer of security, by doing some customizing changes, they are using KVM as a hypervisor for the Google Cloud Platform. Okay, you just need to have the understanding about this. With this, we have the completed about the virtualization concept. Then we will meet up in the next section with the new topic. Thank you guys for joining my session. Thank you. Bye bye.